right, forget what you think you know about AI. Seriously, while everyone is talking about the latest chatbot, a much deeper, more fundamental revolution is happening right now, completely under the radar. 4 incredible breakthroughs just dropped pretty much all at once, and they're about to change everything. We are talking about
An AI that's built from the ground up with a mathematical guarantee that it just can't betray your trust.
We're also talking about a model that finally gives digital power to nearly every single language spoken on Earth, not just a select few. Then there's a speech recognition system that's so accurate and so cheap, it could put a professional transcriber in everyone's pocket. And, maybe the craziest one, a completely new type of computer that ditches electricity for light, promising a 100-fold leap in efficiency. Now, this isn't science fiction. This is happening right now.
So, let's start on that first front, privacy. Google's new model, VaultGemma, is built to solve one of the most, frankly, terrifying problems in modern AI.
And that all comes down to this one question. You know, when you train a massive AI on the internet, it can accidentally memorize things, phone numbers, private emails, you name it. And sometimes, with just the right prompt, someone can pull that sensitive data right back out. So the big question for engineers was, how do you stop that from ever happening?
Well, the answer is a brilliant technique called differential privacy. Think of it like this. Every single time the AI learns from a piece of text, a little bit of controlled mathematical noise gets mixed in. This noise is just enough to blur out the specifics, so the model learns what a phone number looks like as a general pattern, but it can never, ever repeat back the actual specific number it saw during training.
And get this, Google didn't just test this on some tiny little model. VaultGemma is a 1 billion parameter giant. That makes it the largest open model ever trained with these powerful privacy guarantees baked in from day one. This isn't just an experiment, it's a whole new standard.
But okay, this table really reveals the fundamental trade-off, right? On one hand, VaultGemma achieved perfect privacy. It leaked 0 training examples. That's huge. But on the other hand, its performance is kind of like a non-private model from about 5 years ago, like GPT-2. So this shows we can have near-perfect privacy, but for now, it comes at the cost of that cutting-edge performance.
All right, let's move to our second front, language. In this space, a dynasty that has ruled for 5 years has just been completely overthrown. I mean, for years, one model was the undisputed king of multilingual AI. Well, not anymore.
So, for over 5 years, which is an eternity in AI, XLM Roberta was the go-to model. But researchers at Johns Hopkins just dropped MMBERT, and wow, just look at these numbers. It's a total reset. We're talking trained on over 1,800 languages, an 8 times larger context window, and it runs up to 4 times faster. This isn't just an update, it is a full-blown revolution.
And this isn't just about catching up. On global tests, MMBERT is blowing past the competition, especially on languages that big tech often just ignores. And what's really wild is that it's even outperforming parts of these massive flagship models from OpenAI and Google. You know, for the first time, multilingual AI is actually giving real weight to how most of the world really speaks.
Now for our third front, voice. There's this California startup called TwinMind that just released a model named Ear3, and it's basically launching a triple threat attack on the market. Accuracy, language coverage, and a cost that is just unbelievable.
So first up, let's talk accuracy. This chart shows the word error rate. It's basically how many mistakes the AI makes when it's transcribing. Ear3 clocks in at just over 5%, while its major competitors are both over 8%. Now that might not sound like a lot, but it means thousands fewer errors in a long transcript for a doctor, a lawyer, or a journalist. It matters a lot.
And then, you see the price. 23 cents per hour of audio. That is not a typo. For this level of quality, that is by far the lowest cost out there. It makes high-accuracy transcription accessible to pretty much everyone.
But it's not just about the cost and the raw accuracy. Ear3 is packed with features that solve real-world headaches. It covers over 140 languages, sure, but it's also best in class at figuring out who is speaking at any given moment. Plus, it can handle code switching. You know, when people mix languages in the middle of a sentence? That trips up almost every other system out there, but not this one. And for our final front, we're making a huge shift. We're going from the AI software to the actual hardware it runs on. Microsoft is prototyping a computer that is fundamentally different from anything you have ever used. Why? Because it literally thinks with light.
Okay, let's break this down. Your computer, my computer. They work by flipping billions of tiny electronic switches called transistors on and off. It's incredibly fast, but it wastes a ton of energy as heat. This new machine, an analog optical computer, has no transistors, none. Instead, it uses micro LEDs to send beams of light through sensors, and it does its calculations by changing the intensity of that light. The information literally moves at the speed of light with almost no energy wasted.
And the potential payoff here is just staggering. For certain types of AI problems, Microsoft believes this machine could be up to 100 times more energy efficient than the best digital hardware we have today. That could completely rewrite the economics of running these massive AI models.
And look, this isn't just a theory on a whiteboard. Microsoft's prototype is already delivering some incredible results. It's matching digital systems on image classification. It's reconstructing brain scans from only partial data. It's even outperforming some quantum computers on specific financial problems. The era of light-based computing, it's already begun.
So, when you step back and you put it all together, you see 4 revolutions happening all at the same time. On the privacy front, we're getting AI that's actually built to be trustworthy. On the language front, an AI that finally serves everyone. On the voice front, an AI that hears us perfectly and affordably. And on the hardware front, a whole new kind of machine to power it all.
This is really a multi-front war for the future, with these breakthroughs in privacy, language, voice, and even the physical computers themselves. AI is evolving faster and on more fronts than we've ever seen before. So, the question I'll leave you with is this: which one of these revolutions do you think will arrive first and change our world the most?